Mayordomo?
No, I'm supervisor.
The supervisor? Yeah, no, it's not a problem. It's good they come over and check, actually.
Sure.
Okay, Jimbo.
Right.
Go for it.
Well, we're here at the time where there's the winter vegetables being produced, and how important of a region is it, and what are some of the crops that come from this area?
Well, the country and parts of the world rely on Imperial Valley and our neighbor to the east, the Yuma Valley, for probably somewhere in the area of 60 to 70% of the winter vegetable supplies. We're standing in a lettuce field currently being harvested, and we have such a variety of vegetables that are being harvested currently. We just happen to be here near a lettuce field.
How would you say this season's gone in terms of the quality and the abundance of some of the crops?
It's been favorable. We have had some interruptions. Those were caused more during the planting season when we experienced above normal rains. We were in the path of Hurricane Nora, which interrupted our planting schedules, and the month of December and early January we saw some of our FOB sales were the highest they've been in 3 years, and those were the direct reflection of the heavier rains during the planting season.
You are producing or helping market as well the really volatile crops. I mean, they're in demand, but the prices can swing very dramatically. How challenging is that?
Well, it's always very challenging. We don't know from the time that we put together our schedules of different vegetables and the planting what our sales will reflect, what the FOBs will be. But this particular year, we probably have averaged some of the higher prices we've seen over the last 5 years. Our goal naturally is to be consistent on a week-by-week basis during the winter months here in Imperial Valley. And with that, we're always hoping that we are able to enjoy a fair return for the product that we ship.
For the consumer looking ahead through the remainder of the winter period, barring any troubling weather, what do you think they can expect?
I think the supplies will be adequate because the last 2 or 3 years have been difficult in the winter months for the shippers. They have been poor return years. The acreage has shrunk on most vegetable commodities. Again, we're in a head lettuce field, and we probably have seen a 15% reduction of plantings from last year to this year. And that reflects just poor returns over the last couple of years. But I don't think we're looking at any large gaps. I believe supplies will be fairly consistent, and if the temperatures remain moderate, then I think the consumer can expect plenty of product on the market shelves.
And before we continue,
Good.
okay, what makes the Imperial Valley so special? It's obviously a very rich agricultural region, and why is that?
Well, it's location. We're located in the very southwest corner of the United States, and because of that, we have very moderate growing conditions in the fall and winter months. We also, our average rainfall is under 3 inches annually, so that's favorable for us to do any type of field activities conducive to growing the vegetable crops. We have a variety of soils that enable us to grow crops such as carrots, which require a softer soil, to ground that is more of a hard type soil, or what we might call more of a clayish type soil. And that allows us to grow crops such as cauliflower and broccoli. So the various crops fit into our soil types very well throughout the Imperial Valley.
How much is the safety of your produce? How much of a does that? If I'm in down,
Ready? Go for it.
how much of a priority would the quality, the safety of the produce be for you?
Well, food safety is of the highest priority. It is one of the top 3 issues that we as vegetable producers are confronted with from year to year. And the state of California represents some of the strictest food safety laws along with our country itself. And so naturally we're always maintaining a high level of food safety, and we are constantly aware of the safest avenues by which to grow these crops and then implement that into our system.
And this is something that affects you as not just a producer, but a consumer too, and a person who's the head of a household?
Oh, absolutely. My wife and I have 4 children, and daily I'm taking what we grow home, and over the years I would hope that our children would grow up to be and enjoy a long life, and I would never jeopardize that in any way. As a matter of fact, they're often my barometer by which we have the quality and the food safety. They're the first to tell me if it's good or not. So,
The water is an interesting issue going on, the ag and urban and all the different uses. And what thoughts, concerns do you have? Because there's also a potential water sale being discussed here.
well, it's a very complex issue. Bottom line for Imperial Valley, not only the farmers, but our entire economic basis relies on water. And we are, again, the main producer of winter vegetables for the United States. And we will do everything within our power to protect our water and the water rights. We are a small population by comparison, under 160,000 people in Imperial Valley, but we produce close to 2/3 of the winter vegetables between ourselves and the Yuma Valley for the entire nation. So you can see, without water, we're not going to produce anything. We are looking at all avenues by which we can work with the metropolitan areas and do it in conjunction with not jeopardizing our water source.
While he's doing that, if I could get the mic from
Oh, yeah.
because before we leave, I will have to do one or two very brief
Sure.
deals myself. Thanks. You bet.
I love that. They'll make a big deal. Down here in Imperial Valley?
We're on a lot of the Southern California cable, but I don't know if we're on an actual Imperial signal in Yuma.
Are you out of Yuma?
Yeah.
What channel do you know?
I don't offhand, but on our list that I gave you, it's listed.
Okay, very good.
And what'll happen is I will let you know when this is going to air, and if by chance it's not on in your area or you miss it, I can certainly send you a tape.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
that's all right. You don't have to wait to go through that effort. I don't watch a lot of television, but we pick up the Yuma feed, so we actually can handle that.
Okay, well,
We'll get a kick out of that.
sure, and it's on Channel Earth nationally 3 times a week,
Okay.
and the estimated viewership, and it's just a stab in the dark, is 500,000. So hopefully it gets a good word across. That's actually a clever Eat Smart. That's cute.
Oh, isn't that a great label? Yeah, we actually work closely with this company. That's what I was telling Juan. My Spanish isn't too great, but I mean, good enough. The cooler that we ship from and some land. Isn't that great? Look at him. I knew that was coming.
So I know the valley produces, like you say, the cantaloupes, for example. That's something that kicks in later in the year. But when the consumer throughout the country is more, if they had one part of the year they would be most appreciative of Imperial, it might be now because with that, okay.
Absolutely. This is the time we're most
I
recognized.
was going to say, Imperial is a year-round, billion-dollar a year agricultural county, but this is the prime time in the eyes of the consumers or something to that effect.
You'll hit it right on the head.
Okay.
Dude, the month of May is a big month also. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
Fine.
Joe Polis.
Hey, Jim Morris, California Farm Bureau. Good to see you.
Yeah. Our boss, I guess he don't want.
He doesn't want this. Okay. Yeah, it was unfortunate, Martine. Our company is the Majesty label.
Yeah.
You see that? And we're just not shipping today. We're back in tomorrow, but very good. Well,
I understand, it don't hurt anything, but
yeah, that's just his instruction.
that's his instruction.
So I'll go get my here. Hey Scott, I guess Yeah, should I have it longer?
You ready?
I'll lengthen it like 2 seconds.
Set. You know what he should be holding?
It's like a bouquet for your...
Yeah, that's right.
Ready?
The next salad or stir fry that you enjoy, chances are pretty good they came from the fertile...
On your mark. Go.
The next salad or stir fry you enjoy, chances are pretty good the vegetables came from the fertile Imperial Valley. Farmers here are among the major producers of vegetables, particularly in winter months.
That's good. One more time. That was good.
Should I want me to walk into the shot or anything? Or?
Just a little. Just a couple steps.
Okay.
Sit.
The next salad or stir fry that you enjoy, chances are those vegetables came from the fertile Imperial Valley. Farmers are a major producer of vegetables year-round, but they're particularly noticeable in stores during winter months. Well, water is always a subject of debate, and it's really stepped up the debate on it lately. And what concerns do you have about large water sales that are discussed? The issue of the water sale, and just in general, how much of a concern, how much in the mindset should it be for the farmers?
Well, certainly here in the last couple of years, it's become much more of a priority. The metropolitan areas continue to need water, and it's our desire as a farming community to be efficient with our water supply. Yet we always have to be concerned that we don't give up more than we're afforded because of the need to continue to farm this Imperial Valley as we have and our forefathers have. We have worked diligently with the respective metropolitan areas and continue to investigate on-farm conservation and methods by which we can continue to operate as an agricultural valley and yet help to meet the needs of the cities as they look for other alternative water sources.
For this too. Sixth Sense.
I think this is a uniform.
That's right.
As much on blacktop as they can.
When you have the water issue, how if there's a reduction of water to the farmers, is there any potential ramifications to the consumers as well, and also the economy?
Well, certainly we need water to continue to produce, and if the water is in jeopardy to the farm community, then there is jeopardy of producing ample supplies of vegetables and fruits and all farm products to not only our country but to the world. Again, our efforts are being focused on how can we conserve on the farm and yet provide to the metropolitan areas affordable water. I don't see any other fires going. I don't need this on any longer.
No. Actually, these are better than the old microphones,
Yeah, where you held it up and everything. It's amazing how they...
Yeah.
That'll get you.
Yeah.
You're right, it was.
He's We may go back up there because you had little macadamia nut trees, I believe.
Taking both.
Well, can you describe how much of a lengthy process it is to get them to bloom, and then how prolific they are once that does indeed happen?
Well, we have here approximately an 8-year-old plant that is in full bloom, and from a cutting or a seed, these plants will take approximately 3 years to start blooming, and their bloom numbers increase over a period of years to a maximum at about 8 years, and usually at 10 to 12 years their useful life is over in terms of cut flower production for the commercial market. They're very long-lived plants, and if you don't prune them back, they'll become trees, but we keep them low for the commercial business. Each plant will get anything from 10 or 12 blooms at peak to as much as 60 or 70 blooms depending on the species. This is a particularly prolific variety that we call pink ice, a hybrid protea that is growing over here. It's a reflexum, sorry. Reflexum, what they call it, yellow, luteum, reflexum luteum. It's very rare, actually.
Mr. Morris, you ready?
I hear a lot of bees. I think they like my shirt. Zorro Farms gets its name because this was the property of Douglas. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to click this way. You ready, set, go.
You may wonder how they got the name Zorro Farms. Well, this property was originally that of Douglas Fairbanks Jr., the original actor Zorro. I'm Jim Morris, reporting from the Rancho Santa Fe area of San Diego County for California Country.
Yeah, you ready, set, go.
You may wonder how they got the name Zorro Farms. Well, this property was originally owned by Douglas Fairbanks Jr., the actor who was the original Zorro. I'm Jim Morris, reporting from the Rancho Santa Fe area of San Diego County for California Country. Scott wants me to write a Z out with it, but I'm not going to do it. You may wonder how they got the name Zorro Farms. Well, this land was originally owned by actor Douglas Fairbanks Jr., the original Zorro. I'm Jim Morris, reporting from San Diego County for California Country.
Set, go.
This is a macadamia nut tree, and believe it or not, it's also part of the Protea family. I almost was done with that. Oh my God.
Ready? Go.
This is a macadamia nut tree, and believe it or not, it's... What?
You were laughing like you were in
Oh, I'm
serious,
sorry.
right? Go.
This is a macadamia nut tree, and believe it or not, it's also part of the Protea family. It's its Australian cousin.
Ready? Set, go.
This is a macadamia nut tree, and believe it or not, it's also part of the Protea family.
Now this time,
Do you want me to actually look or not?
no, this time once you say the dog is related to the protea. Ready, set, go.
This is a macadamia nut tree. It's part of the Protea family, and also this guy down here is part of the Protea family. We're all part of the Protea family.
Look back into it.
Okay, and then turn back
Yeah,
around.
ready? Go.
This is a macadamia nut tree. It's part of the Protea family as well. It's its Australian cousin.
Say hi. Look, say hi.
Hey, buddy. Okay.